every single month I feel like quitting everything. My work, my channel. Well, I cannot quit mom life. And interestingly, it always hits in the second phase of my cycle, the luteal phase. I even wasn't gonna film this today because I feel puffy, cranky, tired, and I really just want a nap and a snack. And this is my second massive hot chocolate, but it's made with bone broth and collagen, so I call it a health food. But that's exactly why we need to talk about this. Make sure to stick around to the end because I will be giving you some strategies how to combat this. But first, let's dive in about what the luteal phase actually is. So if you don't know what the luteal phase is, it is the second phase of your cycle after ovulation, so after the egg was released and before your period. It usually is around 14 days long. And saying this, I'm not a hormone expert, I'm not a doctor, I'm just a woman learning about her cycle and her hormones. So compared to men who get a testosterone boost every 15 minutes, I think, so their hormone level is like this, we women are like this. So in the beginning of the cycle, our hormones rise, and then around the second half of the cycle, our hormones drop. So it is a bit of a roller coaster. And this is why we also are a lot more moody than men. So as women, we have 4 phases. We have the follicular phase where we get more energy, we feel leaner, we feel more attractive, we are very productive. Then at ovulation, we are peaking, like peak glow, super attractive, super lean. Truly, my husband will come to me and be like, "Are you ovulating?" Because he notices that I am the most attractive at this point of the cycle and he's most attracted to me. And then after ovulation, everything goes downhill. You're more sensitive, my digestion is more sensitive, you have low energy, you're moody, easily overwhelmed. And after the luteal phase, menstruation is coming. So often that can even feel like a relief. Emotionally, for me, it usually feels like a relief. You're bleeding, your body is a bit more inflamed, and then follicular phase hits again. So let's dive a little bit into what the luteal phase feels like for me. For me, it often shows up as being puffy, being bloated. My digestion is super sensitive during luteal phase. In follicular phase, I can eat dairy. In luteal phase, I will get bloated as fuck when I eat dairy. It just is what it is. I had to accept it. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. I'm also a lot more tired. When I do a workout and I push myself, I will be exhausted for the rest of the day. Like literally like laying on the floor level exhausted, not being able to do anything. Which honestly sucks because as a mom, you cannot just lay down and rest. You have to still push through and you have to cook dinner and you have to go to the playground and you have to tidy up all the stuff that's laying around the house. But this isn't even the worst part of luteal phase for me. The worst part is the entrepreneur meltdown. So this is what's happening in my head during the luteal phase. Why am I even doing this? Why would anyone care about the videos I film? There are 100,000 creators who do this better than me. There are 100,000 creators who do recipe videos that have better lighting, better, I don't know, maybe the recipes are better. They have better production value. They have better systems. They are more interesting than me. So I'm falling down into a deep comparison spiral, pretty much. I'm completely hopeless. Whereas in the follicular phase, I'm like, yes, let's do it. I'm having so much fun. Let's freaking go. This is me in follicular phase. I'm just like riding the wave, super optimistic. I can do this. Whereas luteal phase me is like, this is pointless, it's hopeless, I'm wasting my time, I'm not good enough. And this is just wild because one week I'm like 100% in optimistic and the next week I'm just like this pessimistic little bitch. You can't do this. No one will care. And it just feels so freaking unfair because it is literally half of the month, half of the freaking month. We're like tired, moody, pessimistic, bloated, puffy. And I just had a chat to another mom. We go to Reformer together and we were like, why? Why can we not push ourselves for half of the month? It is so long. You literally have 2 weeks to push yourself, to go high weights, to push to the max in your workout. And then the next 2 weeks, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna be a lazy little bitch and just like do a little here and there and not push myself at all because otherwise I'm gonna be wrecked all day. I cannot afford this right now. I have to cook dinner, I have to do laundry, I have to clean up, I have to show up for my toddler, I have to take her to the park, we have to play and do stuff. So I don't have time to be wrecked after a workout. And while it really doesn't feel fair, I feel knowing about this really helps. Because I don't know, 10 or even 5 years ago, I did not understand all these things about my cycle. I would beat myself up for being bloated. I had an eating disorder. So when I was at my peak, like eating disorder, fitness girl time, and I would see weight creeping up on me, being bloated, I would just beat myself up and restrict even more, which then backfired even more because in your luteal phase, you need more carbs, you need more food. Taking that away from your body will just make everything worse. And when you push even harder, when your body actually needs rest, it's not going to end well. So I feel when you understand that this is just a phase and it's not failure, it makes everything a bit more tolerable because this awareness just brings, I don't know, peace, permission maybe to just rest and take it easy because that's what we need. We just are cyclical beings, and the sooner we accept that, it's easier to work with it and yeah, just to feel better, feel more aligned, and give our bodies what they need at every phase of the cycle. So the way I support myself now is I try to live more cycle aware, if that makes sense. So in my follicular phase, in the beginning of my cycle, I am just pushing myself more. I know that I'm not as hungry. I will have less carbs at dinner, not like restrictively, but just because I don't feel like I need that much fuel during that time. Not that I'm not nourishing myself, I do, but I just listen more to my body in that phase. So when I have more energy, I will push harder. In the second phase of the cycle, where I just need more fuel, I will just prep more snacks. I will take more rest. I will not take the advanced options in Reformer, even though I'm really strong and I can. It doesn't mean that I have to push myself during luteal phase, because I noticed when I do that, I'm just, very, very exhausted, and I don't want to feel that way. It is a bit a hit to my ego when I am at Reformer and I take level 1 option instead of level 3 option that I usually take. But I noticed I just feel so much better doing that in my luteal phase. I also don't restrict food in my luteal phase, because the more you restrict, the more it will backfire, and your body just needs more food during luteal phase. You need more carbs and you need more calories during luteal phase. So I make these amazing snack preps. I will prep some brownies. I will prep some cookies that are healthy and nourishing, but still like very satisfying. Because when you restrict, your body will just crave everything. And I'm not perfect. I will still go out with my family and have a pizza, even in my luteal phase. And I will probably regret it because I'm gonna be bloated as fuck. But it's life and it's okay. So we're not perfect. I'm not perfect, even though I try to eat according to my cycle and I try to optimize. I don't want to optimize in a way that I'm not able to live life anymore, if that makes sense. Because the point isn't perfection. It's to be more gentle on yourself, more compassionate to yourself. I honestly wish someone had told me this 10 years ago when I was beating myself up for being bloated. And I was probably just in luteal phase, and it would have passed anyway. I wouldn't need it to have done anything against it just to give my body some rest. But I didn't know that at that time, and I was restricting and pushing myself and just making everything worse. And while I now have this understanding of my body, my cycle, and kind of act accordingly, I feel so many women still have no idea. And I just want to bring some more awareness, because once you have the knowledge, you can be so much more gentle and compassionate on yourself. As women, we are just cyclical beings, and we are meant to slow down at times in our cycle. The sooner we can thrive more without burning out. So if you feel like quitting every month, you're not alone. I would love for you to share in the comments how you feel in your luteal phase. I would really love to know how it shows up for other women. Let's just have an open chat and normalize the luteal phase and not feeling like doing all the things and being more tired and moody and bloated and puffy, knowing that this is just a phase. And if you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe button, because there will be lots of more honest and vulnerable chats like this. I've also started a new series that is called What I Cook When I Don't Feel Like Cooking, with healthy, wholesome meals that are very low effort and family friendly. So if you're into this, check it out, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.